Or 5-year-old Muhammad with an in-and-out penetrating injury to the head, likely a gunshot, who died in the ER as there were no beds in the ICU. He had no known surviving family to retrieve his body and was taken to the morgue by the medical team. I remember Muhammad so well. His hands and feet were really small. The last expression on his face was one of pain. Or the elderly woman whose age I did not learn, shot multiple times by the Israeli military while she was on the beach. She died while her elderly husband held her hand, tearfully telling me, "We only have God." Or 13-year-old Amir, who sustained severe neck trauma after his home was bombed and kept calling for his sister. He didn't recognize that she was the girl in the bed next to him because she had been burned beyond recognition. When she died, Hamid was left as the only surviving member of his family. I recall his vacant stare and his soft voice whispering into my ear, "I wish I had died with them. Everyone I love is in heaven. I don't want to be here anymore." How do you find the words to describe Amir's story? Or toddler cousins Muhammad and Masa, who we resuscitated on the same bed after the residential building was bombed. I recall undoing their diapers, desperately looking for blood vessels to give them intravenous fluids. Muhammad bled to death. Masa suffered severe brain injury. She was still in a coma when I left Gaza. Both her parents were injured in the same attack. I don't know if they survived. Or Shuruq, 15-year-old girl with head and chest injuries, whose eyes were severely burned. She kept calling for her mother, who she couldn't see was right next to her and also severely injured. Her mother gasped desperately for air until she died. We, the medical team, knew before Shuruq did that she was the only surviving member of her family. Shuruq, whose name means sunrise. How do you even begin to find words to tell these stories? Or the father frantically searching for his children in the ER, who found us resuscitating them on the floor. All of his children except Abdullah, who he never found. Or the lovely older gentleman who helped carry the injured into the emergency department, comforting them in any way he could, cleaning the pools of blood after every mass casualty. I saw him daily and had assumed he was a hospital employee, only to later learn that he had started volunteering at the hospital after his entire family had been killed at the beginning of the genocide. He had found that the only way he could cope with having survived was by helping other families. How does one begin to find words to describe his story? These are not exceptional stories. Every single person I met in Gaza has lost family, has lost friends, colleagues, neighbors, violently taken from them. I speak of the patients with traumatic injuries who I cared for in just 14 days. But this is only one dimension of this apocalyptic situation. Everything needed to sustain life is under attack in Gaza and has been for some time.